Once a simple supermarket in a small town in America, but soon as it became so popular that it covered all supermarkets in the market, and now it has set up the monotony in this sector. How was it able to achieve such a prosperous position in a very short span of time? And what's the secret behind its success? Here, we are going to find out. So stick with our video and watch till the end. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Success Stories, to watch more amazing videos like this. Let's dive into the main point. Before the rise of e-commerce, a company based in Bentonville, Arkansas, made a splash in the industry by providing a more affordable alternative to the mom-and-pop shops that were prevalent in the area at the time. Their slogan at the time was "Always the low price," which has since become synonymous with the company's name, Always. Wal-Mart, which is well known for offering low prices and a convenient one-stop shopping experience, quickly seized market share by aggressively undercutting prices offered by small-town grocers. By the end of the year 2001, Walmart had surpassed Exxon Mobil to become the most profitable corporation in the whole globe. Walmart's company is without a doubt one of the most successful in the world, despite having experienced both the zenith of worldwide supremacy and the nadir of an underwhelming drive for foreign growth. So, how did it begin? After completing his military service and receiving his discharge in 1945, Sam Walton opened the doors of the first Ben Franklin variety store. Soon enough, his expertise was able to make itself known as the number of customers shopping at his store quickly tripled. Ben Franklin was one of the people Walton approached to discuss his ideas for cheap prices as he was looking to develop his business. When the board of directors of the company recognized that the margins would need to be reduced in order to compensate for the lower pricing plan, they moved quickly to exclude him as a viable option. After becoming dissatisfied with Ben Franklin's business practices, Sam Walton and his brother Bud made the decision in 1962 to launch their own retail store known as Wal-Mart. By the beginning of the 1970s, Walmart had grown to include 30 locations throughout the Midwest region of the United States, proving the Ben Franklin directors to be incorrect along the way. Walmart decided not to compete in urban areas with already established discount retailers such as Two Guys, W.T. Grant, and Zayre, all of which are no longer in business. Instead, the company concentrated its efforts on rural areas with markets that were not yet saturated. In these areas, people could reduce the amount of time they spent grocery shopping from a couple of hours to a couple of minutes, simply by purchasing their items at a nearby Walmart. By the time the 1990s rolled around, the retailer had solidified its position as a dominating player in the industry and had built a presence in practically each of the 50 states that make up the United States. Even though Walmart's founder Sam Walton died not long after the firm was established in 1992, his legacy lives on in the massive corporation that Walmart has grown into, which now has over 2.2 million workers, 11,000 shops, and $500 billion in yearly sales. So, what were the reasons that made Walmart so successful? The same affordable cost each and every day. The concept of everyday low price, or EDLP, serves as the cornerstone of Walmart's business strategy. Even though it may seem clear today, merchants in the past worked on very large margins, which guaranteed them significant returns even when sales volume was lagging behind. Although this may appear obvious now, it may not have been so obvious back then. Walmart, on the other hand, suggested margins that were lower, which necessitated both increased sales volume and reduced costs. On the other hand, having consistently cheap pricing prevents the need for sales and promotions, which in turn encourages customer loyalty. This ensures consistent cash flows for the company, in addition to better sales and increased profit margins. Alongside the price approach, Walmart also provides the convenience of shopping at one location for all of your needs. The business sells a diverse range of products, including food and apparel, as well as electronics and video games, monitoring the activities of the other businesses. The conventional piece of advice given to business people is to put as much effort as possible into developing the very best product or service possible. Sam Walton accomplished that without a doubt, but he also made time to investigate the businesses that were in his industry. Among the shenanigans that were committed was the counting of automobiles in parking lots to determine the level of popularity, the measurement of shelf space, and the taking of sales prices at a variety of different merchants. Not only did doing so provide him with better knowledge of the competition, but it also enabled him to evaluate when it was worth cutting costs to lure customers toward Walmart, giving workers more responsibility and independence. Walmart gives local store managers the authority to make choices on the products and services offered at their locations, rather than delegating this responsibility to the company's central headquarters. Each manager is provided with a vast amount of data regarding inventory levels, sales figures, and customer preferences, which they then analyze to determine the best inventory, pricing, and product offerings to tailor the shopping experience to the local community, which ultimately maximizes customer satisfaction. For instance, according to a case study conducted by the HBS, when Walmart, Kmart, and Target were separated by 4 to 6 miles, Walmart's average prices were 10.4% and 7.6% lower, respectively. This was discovered by a study that was conducted in the middle of the 1980s. It found that when Walmart and Kmart were located next to each other, Walmart's prices were approximately 1% lower. Prices at Walmart were found to be 6% higher in areas that were geographically isolated and lacked any direct competition from significant discounters. This was in contrast to places where the retailer was located in close proximity to a Kmart. By delegating price decisions to local managers in this manner, we enabled them to provide customers with the most cost-effective options available while simultaneously increasing revenue. It's safe to conclude that they did all in their power to live up to the promise made in their motto, which was always the cheap price, always. The distribution of the goods. In the 1980s, Walmart was at the forefront of product technology, setting the standard for other retailers to follow. They enhanced the company in a variety of ways by using things like computerized inventory management systems, radio frequency technology, and uniform product codes, or UPCs. The reduction in shrinkage, which refers to the loss of inventory as a result of factors such as theft or mistakes, was only one of the many advantages. Others included improved communication and more precise pricing. In terms of supply chain logistics, Walmart was one of the first corporations to use a process known as cross-docking, which gets rid of the storage component of a supply chain. This allowed Walmart to reduce the amount of space needed for inventory. To put it more simply, items are received from suppliers, sorted, and then immediately reloaded onto trucks that are destined for stores. This process eliminates the need for a warehouse to stockpile the products. As a result, this technique lowered the expenses associated with labor and storage, while also simplifying the supply chain. There were a few things that helped Walmart to grow a lot. Some of these key things are like this. Pay attention to the workers who are doing the most important tasks. The individuals who genuinely engage in conversation with the client stand out as among the most reliable sources of information. Despite the fact that it may have seen some setbacks in the most recent couple of decades, the company's dedication to technological advancement throughout the 1980s and 1990s solidified its place as the industry leader in those decades. Take greater control of your spending than the other companies in your industry. This is the one area in which you'll never find yourself without a competitive edge. At the beginning of his career, the only thing Sam Walton had heard was that rural regions could not support a cheap shop. In a short amount of time, the majority of rivals began to act in a similar manner. Even if the development of e-commerce may have caught them by surprise, the resources and infrastructure that they possess will undoubtedly enable them to put up a good fight against their competitors. So, this was all about this marvelous strategic company. Let us know in the comment box what you all think about our video. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content just like this. And thanks for watching.